comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Hey, yo. Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
I hate this game so much. Hey guys, Bowser Jr. Fan 13 here. I'm not even happy today. I'm just so stressed. Why am I stressed? Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about one of the worst video games in the entire history of video games. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking to yourselves. What game are you reviewing? Is it Superman 64? Is it E.T. on Atari? Is it like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? No, it is neither of those games. It is one of the worst Sonic games made of all time, so bad that it almost destroyed the franchise. We're going to be reviewing this game known as Sonic Genesis. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sonic Genesis is basically Sonic the Hedgehog, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, the original version like on the Sega Genesis that made the Hedgehog so popular. They ported the game to Game Boy Advance. And this was the worst idea they could ever think of. Why? Why would you put it on the Game Boy Advance? That is so dumb. Now, some of you may be thinking, this game can't be that bad. I mean, it's just a port of Sonic 1. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, that's where you're wrong. I'm going to prove to you that this game is bad. So, even today's time, is this game as bad as it was back then? Let's find out. This is my review of Sonic Genesis.
Okay, so I just booted up the emulator, and now it's time to start the game. Alright, let's see what this has in store for us. Wow, not even the Game Boy can handle the Sega logo. And now we have Sonic Genesis, or Sonic 1 for the Game Boy Advance. Alright, so when you start up the game, you'll notice that there's two different modes. Original mode, anniversary mode, and the options, which it's just turning on and off the songs. Anyway, original mode is just the normal Sonic 1 gameplay style. Anniversary mode, it allows you to do the spin dash from Sonic 2, and you can't play as Tails and Knuckles. Oh, and this also has a level select. That's nice. Alright, so we are in Green Hill Zone. Ain't that right, guys? The best Sonic level in history. Let's see what it's like. Yeah, we're going fast, having fun. Yeah. I know what you guys are gonna say. You guys are saying, oh my gosh, dude, your emulator is so bad. Why is it so slow and laggy? Okay, first off, it's not really laggy. I mean, this is like one of the most normal speeded emulators that I've downloaded, and it's never lagged. And second of all, this is how the actual game is. It does lag, even if you're not playing on an emulator. Trust me, it's bad. I know. I mean, what kind of Sonic game slows down and lag, am I right? I mean, isn't the whole concept of it gotta go fast? Well, anyway, so now the only thing in the game that does not lag is when you get to the special stage. They don't lag, it just goes at normal speed, but the physics in the special stage is weird. You can barely control your jumps and your movement, and it's hard to control where you want to go sometimes. So it even makes getting this Chaos Emerald hard. But, I mean, usually I'm not that bad at getting the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 1, but in Sonic Genesis, it's just, I don't even know. But this here was just luck. Because other times that I have tried this, it barely even worked. It failed. So anyway, I mean, like, if the slowdown wasn't, like, very bad, the physics are even worse in this game. I am not joking. This physics are terrible. I mean, what do I mean by that? I mean, the physics are, like, so bad, it doesn't even, it makes you question, like, am I even playing this game right? Because, I mean, it doesn't feel just like the original game. And, I mean, look at this. How am I able to bounce on Dr. Eggman's head if I could not do that in the original game? Am I right? I mean, it's like the developers didn't care and they didn't want to fix all their bugs and glitches. I cannot believe this. Alright, so we're in Marble Zone. Let me discuss more about the game on why is this so bad. Alright, anyway, let's go back to the slowdown. Alright, the game sometimes chooses when it wants to run at different speeds. Like, it chooses, like, 1 minute it goes fast, then it goes slow, it goes fast, then slow again. It chooses whenever it wants to go fast and slow. Like, oh, it goes fast, now it goes slow, it goes fast, now slow, fast, now slow. I mean, make up your mind, game. Is this a slow game or a fast game? I mean, this should be a fast game. This is Sonic the Hedgehog we're talking about. So, alright. Now, the controls also feel very weird. Like, for example, Sonic, for example, whenever Sonic's running and he's like, and you, stop holding down the D-pad, normally he would stop running, but no, he keeps on moving, especially if you're not holding down the D-pad. Like, in order for him to stop, you have to push the back button, which is very, very annoying. I mean, why? Just why? It makes no sense. It's just dumb. Alright, and anyway, other than the controls, I mean, like, also, like, even though the physics are weird in the special stage, and it's, like, straight up, like, not even that good when you're controlling Sonic, I mean, like, basically the physics also feel weird because whenever you're rolling down hills or slopes, you sometimes feel a bit like you're getting stopped and there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's just, what? Alright, and let me tell you one of the most major downfalls of this port. The screen crunch. You'll notice that when I was first playing the game, the screen is like so zoomed in on Sonic. Now, why is that a big deal? Because when the screen is like so zoomed in on Sonic, you can barely see anything. You can't even see anything in your path, like anything that gets in your way. Am I right? I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, like, if like there's an enemy in the sky and I get hit, I'm like, how am I supposed to know that there was an enemy over there? I mean, that should not happen. I mean, why make the screen like have low resolution? Because I mean, like, shouldn't it have like a wider screen? I mean, this game would have been better if it was developed by, you know, the guys who've been working on Sonic Advance, though it was on the Game Boy Advance. I mean, these guys would do a better job than the other guys. I mean, the people who developed this, no. But I mean, the people who developed Sonic Advance, they did a way better job. And if they did help develop this game, then this would have not been the worst Sonic port of all time. So, anyways, sometimes this game also shares a bunch of glitches, bugs, and unfair deaths. Like, for example, in the final zone, whenever you're near the pillar where Eggman is coming out towards you, where you can hit him, if you're too close to him and it starts going down, it counts as a death. Why? If I'm not even underneath it or almost near it, then why does it count as a death? That makes no sense. Anyways, let's see. What else do I need to say? Alright, like, question. Why is this Sonic 1 port on the Game Boy Advance? Couldn't they port this game to the Nintendo DS? Well, eventually they did with Sonic Classic Collection, but why the Game Boy Advance out of any console? I mean, if you wanted to port Sonic 1 for a special occasion, then port it to like one of the more recent famous consoles that everyone knows and love. Don't just port it on a console that's like so outdated. Okay, so anyway, let's see. I mean, to be honest, like, if you see anybody playing this game on this console, you'll all be like, yo, why are you playing Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance? Like, are you crazy? They're like, what are you talking about? It's Sonic 1. It's the best game of all time. I mean, I'm playing it on the Game Boy Advance because it's too hard to get the original copy of the game, or it's too hard to get any version of this game. Honestly, how is it so hard to get a port of Sonic 1? I mean, you can get it everywhere, even till today's time. Anyway, as I was saying, it's not that hard to get Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance. It's not that hard to get any version of Sonic 1. I mean, you can, like, literally get this game anywhere. You can get this, like, in the Gems collection or in the Mega collection. It's available for PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, WiiWare. It's bundled in with Sonic Generations, available for Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console. It's also available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC. It's even available for the Sonic Classic Collection for the DS. You can get it like with the Sega Collection for Nintendo 3DS and for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Or it's even free to download on iPhone and Android. I mean, come on, it's not that hard to get a copy of Sonic 1 or a version of Sonic 1.
Anyways, if that wasn't bad enough, one thing that also makes this game suffer through so much badness, where it's like, this game is like so bad, the music and the sound effects, they're garbage. I mean, look at this, listen to this. Does that sound like a Sonic game to you? No. No, it does not. It does not sound like a Sonic game at all. All it does is sound like a bunch of garbage. The sound effects, they don't even sound proper. I mean, some of the sound effects are okay, but most of the sound effects, they're not even good because they're mostly like poor, or they're just ripped off of Sonic Advance. And I mean, the music is like garbage. Like, why couldn't they use some of the Sonic Advance songs that mixed with Sonic 1 for this game? Why does Springyard Zone sound like something that just makes you feel like you want to get sick? I mean, this soundtrack is not good, and I would not recommend listening to it. But hey, if you have a depressing life, then listen to Sonic Genesis's soundtrack. You won't like it, and I won't like it. Anyways, I mean, even though this game has a lot of suffering, it's just not that good. I mean, by the time players reach Labyrinth Zone, the worst Sonic level of all time, they're gonna be like, okay, you know what? This game is boring. I hate it. I don't understand why Sega would think it would be a good idea to port Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance. Well, some of you maybe say, oh, well, it's just not that bad, it's just that it could use some improvements. This game was made for, like, the 15th anniversary of Sonic, after all. You're kidding me. You're kidding me, right? You're saying that this slow, laggy, screen crunch worthy, sound irritating making, control sucking game is supposed to be the anniversary for Sonic? That is embarrassing, especially to Sega and the Hedgehog's reputation. I mean, if you show this to any game developer, like, I don't know, Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who made the Mario series, he would laugh and be like, ha ha ha, I can't believe this. Sega freaking outnumbered us back in the late 90s, yet they can't even port the first game of their beloved mascot. How freaking embarrassing. How embarrassing indeed. So, whatever you do, guys, do not play this game. But if you don't like your life, then just play this game. Only if you don't like your life, but still, I do not recommend this game. I'd rather stick with the iOS version, or a Sega Genesis emulator, or any other version. But this, no. But some fans would argue that, oh, this game is way worse than Sonic 06. No. This is not worse than Sonic 06. It is less worse than Sonic 06. Because this game is not a game like, you know, where you have to, like, experience a lot of glitches, some continuous boring loading screens that are tedious to watch, an awful story that makes you want to throw up, stupid side missions like solving math equations or walking a dog, playing guessing games with the characters, and an ending that made the Sonic fanbase go nuts. It is nothing like Sonic 06, so don't argue with me about this. You know that this game is less worse than Sonic 06, but just because it's less worse, that doesn't mean it's better. This game sucks, period. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why you should not play Sonic Genesis. I'm gonna go play Super Smash Bros. Now. Peace out, everyone.